Record. Yeah. Good afternoon, everyone. Yesterday we have discussed about the case study, that is improving capability with project management certifications. That is Telstra company story we have, a case study we have discussed. So I gave one homework for you to go through the case study of that is Reliance Group of Industries. Have you worked on this? Or we'll take up in the next class? Okay, no problem. So likewise, what Telstra, the project was bringing up the certification courses as a new technology is concerned. Similarly, we have in India also, the same projects have been established. All we are making use of these projects, that is Swayam project and a virtual lab. We may use in future these virtual labs online also. This I have discussed yesterday, that NPTEL course and all. Yeah, there was one more project here. What you can see, solar park. Solar park in India. So this is the first solar park in Gujarat. So there is one more solar park that is also there in Gujarat itself by the Ambani Reliance Group of Industries. So all these are the upcoming projects in India. At the end of the class, I'll play one video also. I have collected some videos from the YouTube. Okay. Coming to your syllabus. What are the tools we are using in different phases of the project? Tools and techniques. What are the techniques available? What are the tools available in each phase of a project management that we are going to study? So project management has a special set of techniques. But the project management, like any functional management, is not a technique only. The techniques are the scientific part of management, but then there is also an art and a politics of applying all these techniques when actually we are coming up with the projects. So what the scientific part of a management and the scientific techniques lack in are the human wisdom. So which one has to like to term that as art and apply your own skills, and you will be able to complete your project. The scientific techniques will only tell what is right, but you require right understanding of the organization, the people in the organization, and the mode of people, and the sense what they need and what is required, that the project manager has to decide, and he has to select the techniques which are available in the following list. So as we discussed, what are the phases of the project life cycle? Project selection techniques. That is, first one is conception phase, the planning and execution phase, scheduling phase, and the project monitoring progress, and the then project cost, productivity, and the project communication, and the cleanup techniques. So here we have set of techniques. So all these are, each one technique is a textbook itself. It is one topic itself, but for your syllabus, detailed, no need to study these techniques in detail, but you should be aware of what techniques are available in what phase of the project management. For Project selection techniques. For selecting the project, so there are two techniques available. One is cost benefit analysis and the other one is risk and sensitivity analysis. So these two are the techniques. Based on this, you will be able to select a project which is a feasible project based on the cost benefit analysis and based on the risk and sensitivity analysis. The second tool which is available is project execution planning technique. Here we have around 4 techniques: work breakdown structure, project execution plan, project responsibility matrix, and project management manual. So the project management manual will be available in the government offices that you can refer. So far, how many projects have been done in the different sectors, that you can refer as an index. Then you will be able to finalize or plan your project according to that. So these are the techniques which are available for planning and execution of your project. So one can refer this and you will be able to, anyone can be selected among all these things. The third is project scheduling and coordinating techniques. So under this we have 4 techniques: bar charts, life cycle curves, line of balance, and the network techniques. So when I was doing the project life cycles, I have shown one chart. So that chart is nothing but a bar chart that will show us the detailed description of the activity and how much time it takes to complete, how these are overlapped to complete our project within a prescribed time. So the bar chart will give you the detailed schedule of the different activities which are running parallelly and which you can start after completion of the other. So that, shall I show you the bar chart? Which I have, So this is called as a bar chart or a Gantt chart during the implementation phase. So we will come across the n number of activities. Here, detailed engineering, ordering, delivery, construction and erection, and startup of the project. So these are the activities. These are the activities or the descriptions what we are going to carry out in our project, and the detailed schedule. Suppose our project is of a 1 year. For that 1 year, how much time it is going to take, and which will start after. Suppose if you are seeing this detailed engineering and ordering, so the detailed engineering starts in the very first month itself. The ordering starts in the second month. So till then you will be able to finalize and you will be able to define. Whereas the delivery starts only when the ordering completes. Which are the activities which are running parallelly and which starts after completion of the other. So the detailed scheduling time will be given with the help of a bar chart. This we are using it in our in detail we are studying when we are going for the 4th unit, that is PERT and CPM. So for your final year project also, you need to schedule your project activities in this way only, in a by using the bar chart or the Gantt charts, depending on. So initial 0 phase, you are defining your project. So how much time it is taking, then which industry you are, how much time is taken for the fabrication, how much time is taken for the report writing, that all the activities which comes after the what and which are running parallelly, that you need to show in this Gantt chart or the bar chart. Then line of life cycle curves, line of balance, and the last very important scheduling technique is your PERT and CPM technique. This as one unit we are studying in our project management. As a fourth unit, we will be studying the numericals on this. That is the only one unit we have a numericals, and we will be studying in detail, that is program evaluation review technique and critical path method. This unit you are studying in your OR also, operations research also parallelly. So whoever has taken the project management as an elective, it will be a common unit for both OR as well as a project management, EM subject. Okay. Then the fourth is the project monitoring and progressing techniques. So in this again you have a 3 progress measurement technique, then performance monitoring technique, then updating, reviewing and reporting techniques. No need to worry about the details of all these, what exactly these are. So you will not get any questions on this. Just you should know all these techniques which are available. But among all the list of techniques which are available in the textbook, out of all, we will be using the bar chart as well as the PERT and CPM, the networking techniques. Next comes the project cost and the productivity control techniques. So under this productivity, budgeting techniques, value engineering, we are using these 2 other techniques. So the last one is project communication and a cleanup technique. So the control room and the computerized information system. If at all you are making use of a computer right from your day 1 of your project, so that everything will be available in your system. That is computerized information systems. That soft copy will be available regarding right from the start of the project till the end of the project. So that how to manage and all. So these are the different tools and techniques which are available, which are used for your project. Just you can go through the list of techniques available. So among all these techniques, one technique we are studying in detail, that is very important, that is PERT and CPM technique. And at the same time, we are studying little bit of a bar charts also, other different scheduling techniques also, that is milestone chart and all. When we will be dealing with 4th unit, we will come across all these scheduling techniques. Any queries in this? Any queries? Just you should go through the list of techniques. This question comes for around 6 to 8 marks. What you need to do is just list out all the different techniques under the different phases of a project. But after availability of all these techniques, again depends on the skills of a project manager, how he is managing his own project. So when in the very first class, when I was defining the project management or the project, what are the 3 constraints for the project? What are the 3 constraints of a project? Can anyone unmute their mic? In the very first class, I have discussed about this.
Scope, budget and time.
Cost, time and the budget. So these are the main 3 constraints. Keeping all this thing in your mind, and these are the techniques available, one has to perform. The project manager has to give his best for successful completion of his project. Okay. So the next one is the next the last topic in your first unit, that is roles and responsibilities of project manager. So now we are going to complete the first unit. You might be roughly having an idea of what are the roles and responsibilities of a project manager. If you are appointed as a project manager, what is your role of play? I need few answers from the students. You can unmute your mic and answer. What are the responsibilities as a project manager? Anyone?
Ma'am, blueprint of a project or any pre-plan.
Yeah.
And committee for the project, ma'am.
Yeah. So that blueprint is nothing but the definition, defining and maintaining the facilities or the definition of each and every part of a project that need to be done. So then
to be in contact with all the departments involved in the project.
Yeah, that is the coordination. Coordination among the different departments in a project management so that you will be able to complete your project successfully. Then
plan of action.
Plan of action. Then
checking out for crucial path.
Checking out for
a crucial path so that we can finish our work as soon as possible.
That is, you need to measure the performance. At the same time, you have to control the activities which are not going according to your schedule. Then, okay. Yeah, cost estimation, that also. So these are the major responsibilities of a project manager. So if the project management itself is one company, that means it is a company, they will take the projects of, it may be of a civil projects, it may be of a software projects, it may be of a electrical projects, it may be of a construction projects. That what is the output of this company is the projects. It is not a product. The project itself is the product. Are you able to understand what I want to tell you? The project management is a company. There, they will come across or they will handle the different areas of the project. The projects may be of a software projects, the projects may be of electrical projects, the projects may be of a civil, the projects may be of a social service, the projects may be of a health department. So like this, there is the owner of project management. So he is the owner of a project management. His responsibility is the budgeting, the capital budgeting or the investment, what he is doing. So next comes the turnkey contractor. So he will assign the work to one more project manager, maybe of a civil section, maybe of a electrical section, maybe of any other section. So each turnkey contractor as a project manager, again, it will be subdivided into work progress contractor 1, work progress contractor 2, work progress contractor 3. So suppose he has 3 activities in this one complete project of a mechanical engineering. So he has divided his project in 3 different sections. One is civil construction, one is the machinery, and one more is the other software section, just example. So he is, as an expert, he is familiar with engineering, mechanical engineering. So what he will do, he will assign these 2 activities as a contract. He will get the work done from the contractors. So like this, they will go on dividing each project into the sub projects, and whether that activity will be taken care by the project manager itself, or we are calling for the tenders, assign that work for the contractors. So that also is the main responsibility of a project manager. He has to look into his area of expertise, his area of what are the facilities available. So depending on that, he will take around 20 to 25% of the work will be done by the project management itself. So all other works will be get it done by the contractors. That I told you in the beginning itself. The project management normally around 80%, 60 to 80% of the work will be done by the contractors itself. But 20%, the remaining 20%, that key roles will be completed by the project manager as a project management section. So in that case, what you are seeing, this arrangement is an executive of the project manager, then turnkey contractors, then that each project will be divided into the different sections. So what are the responsibilities of this project manager? Just I have listed down some of the responsibilities. Defining and maintaining the integrity of the project. So that is the first and foremost responsibility of the project manager. Second one is development of project execution plan. He has to plan in a black and white the execution of the project plan. Then the third one is organization for execution of the plan. So whatever he has defined, whatever he has planned, he has organized. That raw material order, manpower recruitment, whether you need a skilled worker or a semi-skilled worker, or what is the number, how many numbers are required. So that organization for execution of the plan. What kind of a machineries are required, what technology you are going to go for. So where the raw material is available with good quality, who can supply you the materials in time, continuously. So all that need to be organized, defined in an organization for execution plan. Then setting of the targets and development of the systems and the procedure for accomplishment of the project objective. So you need to set a target. That is what in a scheduling we have defined all these. Yes, ordering we are going to take around 4 months of a time. By this time we will be able to complete. So in the month of August I am going to start the foundation for my machineries. But till the month of August I will be completing the construction civil engineering work. So then in the August, I will start with the erection foundation for my machines. Erections of the machines will be done. Then by the end of December, I will be able to ready with all the machines and I am ready for trial runs. So like this, you need to set a target for each and everything. Then one more major responsibility of the project manager is negotiation for commitments. So there he has to negotiate for each and everything, finalize the price, cost, time, performance, everything he has to negotiate and finalize according to his knowledge and according to the skills of his own head. Then he has to do the direction, do the coordination and control of the project activity. Then contract management, because I told you major part of the work will be done, get it done with the contractors. The contract management he has to That is one more responsibility of the project management manager. Then non-human resource management, including the other matters, political matters, licensing, then any other thing other than the engineering. Then the problem solving. Yes, of course, you started with your project with a well definition, with a 100% execution plan is ready. But when the project starts, because of uncertain issues, you will be facing some of the problems that also you should be good enough in problem solving. So whatever you are facing when your project starts, that all these skills, a project, all these responsibilities are these are the responsibilities of a project manager. Then management that is required in each and every activity what we are doing, satisfaction of the customers. So your major responsibility is you need to satisfy the customer, government, public, and achievement of the project objectives and cash surplus and the higher productivity. Yes, you need to go for a higher productivity. So all these are the responsibilities of a project manager. Yeah. Any doubts in this? Anything you need to add up? So whatever may be the size of the project, so you need to go through all these responsibilities. Right from, yes, the owner will define and give you the project, that conception phase, that part will be the administrative part. Once what project he is going to start, that finalized, he will appoint a project manager. Then the role of a project manager starts right from defining and maintaining the integrity of the project till he completes that project. So I think so I have explained in detail about all these the roles. Any doubts regarding this? Any of the points you want to discuss? Okay. Okay. No queries from your side, from your end? Okay. So I will show you one more case study today. So this unit was a very small unit because it's a first unit. Just it will give you the outline of what the subject exactly is, the introduction part of the subject. When you go for the second unit and all, it is the feasibility study. In detail, you will be studying what are the methods of cost estimation and how these will be calculated. So method of ordering and all you will be studying. What are the methods of measuring the performance? So all that you will be studying in a second unit. Just it was an introduction unit. So it was a very simple unit. Just you can go through. Any doubts so far? I think so. I have done with my first unit. Almost I have completed or covered all the topics which was there for your syllabus. Any queries? Shall I start from the first topic? The unit 1, we had few topics over here. Concept of a project, what is categories, that is classification of a project is done. Characteristics of a project, that is also done. Different phases of a project life cycle. So that is done. And in today's class, I was able to cover the roles and responsibilities of a project manager, project leader, and the tools and techniques which are available to complete your project at the different stages, at the different phases of the project. So there is one self-learning topic over here that is very interesting. That is project management as a profession. Yes, of course, you can take this project management as a profession. It is a very challenging job in all the engineering fields, not only in a mechanical or a civil engineering. The project management in even in the software industries also, it is a very challenging job there. So you can take up this, but you need to study in detail more about what exactly the project management with respect to the different engineering field is concerned. So that additional knowledge you need to get it to take up this as a profession, project management as a profession. So you can just go through the Google also, or it is available in your textbook also. So as you know, already you are familiar with. So this self-learning topic also may be the question for your exams, which is available already in your project management textbook itself, S. Chowdhury itself. So I think so I have covered the first unit, the introductory unit of the project management, the concept of a project management. So any queries in the first unit?
No, ma'am.
No, no? Yeah. Anyone else? Only regarding your material for your self-learning, just go through the link which I have given. If it is not available completely, what I will do, I have a textbook with me. I'll scan and I'll send you the PDF along with the PPT. Okay, by Saturday. Don't worry about the material. I can give scanned copy, I will provide. Okay. And one more student has sent me the PDF that hardly it covers the topics. That is only for the first unit. You can refer that. It's better to go through the prescribed textbook itself. So it is my opinion. It's better as an exam point of view. The points which are to be covered, which has to be written and all, instead of going for the other reference books, it is as good as a textbook itself. So that will cover almost 4 units from this textbook. Each and every bit is available. It is not that you need to Google or something. So in that case, I will provide you the written handwritten notes if the topic is not available in the textbook. Okay. So all these topics are, you can just go through the S. Chowdhury. All these are available, and I will share the PPT also. Yeah. Any other things? Almost 54 students are here. Vithal Bastwadkar. Vithal?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Any queries? So almost I have completed the first unit. So I'll be doing one or two more case studies in the next class so that I can make the class interesting. That's all. Okay, case studies you are not going to get for your exams. So I'll take up the case studies. Parallelly, whatever the case study I have given yesterday, we'll have a discussion. 1 or 2 case studies, just go through. It is available, readily available in your Google. So around 4 case studies we will discuss in the next class. So I will be discussing 2 case studies, and from your side I need 2 more case studies. Okay. So you can prepare for the different case studies, and we will share the views. It should be an interaction class. That's all. What I mean to say is, Amay Mali.
Yes, ma'am.
So prepare for the case study for the next class. It will be a totally interactive class for the case studies on a project management. The basic, like in the last class, what I have discussed, that kind of a case studies, you can take it. Many case studies are available. So each project is a case study itself, or each monument is a case study itself, or you can select the case studies from the engineering, mechanical engineering field also. So which are the recent projects which are coming up in India? Can anyone just name the projects so that I will give as a case study? From 2018 to 22. So few projects have been, few projects are coming up. Which are those projects? Metro City is Smart City is one of the projects which is coming up.
Now there are construction of airports also, new airports coming up.
Construction of a new airports and connecting the different cities. That highways and all, it is going on, I think so. And replacing the conventional train by the bullet trains. That is also one of the new projects which is coming up.
Diamond Quadrilateral project.
What exactly is that?
Ma'am, the railway thing.
Railway thing. Okay. Then solar parks are coming up to utilize the solar energy. That solar projects are also coming up. Then that yesterday I gave you the case study. You need to go through that. Connect India through the Geo network. So that project is coming up. Then so that Make in India and all are there. So you can make use of all those projects. That all are the plans from the government side. Swachh Bharat, that social projects and all are there. Any engineering projects? So what I will do, you make your own groups of 5 students. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
What I will do, just as an interaction, make a group of 5 students and study one case study. That you will be presenting in the next class. Is that fine?
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, that group of 5 students will discuss one. Make the groups on your own. Okay, make the groups along with your friends, and they will be discussing one case study. The group size is okay, 5 students, or it becomes difficult to coordinate? Group size is okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
5 students. In each group, 5 students, you will be presenting one case study of India or the other country projects. Okay, so just to interact, have an interaction with the students, or otherwise what happens, it is one-sided subject it is. There are no numericals and no concepts to solve. So the management is not nothing but getting the work done from the others. So I need the students to explore the things regarding the projects which are coming up in India. Okay. Can anyone select very first successful project of Make in India? That also can be a topic. So these are all the topics for your next academic seminar also. Anyhow, you explore the case studies, and tomorrow I don't have a class. on Friday. On Friday, we will have the case studies, first 5 case studies. Okay. Who will be doing? Just can anyone, or you will WhatsApp me the groups? You will WhatsApp me the groups?
Ma'am,
Which
I
5?
think it will be better if we mention the groups as well as the topic, just so the topics don't clash.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, that is better. Yeah, you, along with your friends, you make a group of 5 students and finalize the topic and WhatsApp me.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this will be fine. So then in next 2 classes, we'll have the case studies itself. Okay, yes. Done? Done with the today's class?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you everyone.
Thank you, ma'am.